Hey you, yes, I'm talking to you. I know you stress sometimes, and that's why you're in the right place. Please don't leave until the video is done, because that'll stress me. Haha, did you see what I did there? So let's get into it. In this video, we're going to be talking about what stress is, when it is good, when it's not good, and how to manage your stress. There's like millions of definitions and millions of models on the internet on what stress is and the stress response. So I just decided to go with the definition that's on the World Health Organization's website. And they define stress as a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. Stress is a natural human response that prompts us to address challenges and threats in our lives. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way we respond to stress, however, makes a big difference to our overall well-being. So what can you tell from this definition? So there's actually two things that I got from this definition. The very first one is that stress is actually normal. It's a normal human response to a threat in the environment, right? So stop stressing about stress. Second, what I got from this definition is that you can actually manage your stress. You have the strength and the tools to manage your stress. And I'll show you exactly how to in this video. So the model that I'm going to be going over is the Selye's model of stress response. I learned about this model when I was actually studying for the MCAT, and it really resonated with me because it shows you how powerful stress is in terms of being detrimental to your body. So there are three main stages to this stress response in this model, and I'm going to be going over each of them with an example so that it actually resonates with you as well. Let's say one day you wake up and you think there's actually a snake beside you on the bed. Here, this is a threat. So this is your natural response is going to be either to fight or flight. And that's actually a good thing. So this is where the alarm phase comes in, where you perceive a threat and then you are ready to either punch the snake or run away. So those are the two responses you have. And this is where all the hormones are released, such as your norepinephrine, your epinephrine, cortisol, and you're just ready and awake to fight this stressor. So let's say you carry on with your day after realizing that that was not a snake. And throughout your day, you still have that vivid image of the snake. And let's say the stress is still there. You're still having the stress response where you keep thinking about this and you're still horrified of the experience, especially at nighttime, and you have insomnia because of it. This is where your initial stress response becomes chronic because you keep dwelling on that experience and keep thinking about that experience. So this is where the second phase comes in, the resistance phase. Here, your body's actually trying to maintain homeostasis by fighting all this excess of cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine for longer period of time than it should have been in your body. And our bodies are really resilient and it keeps on trying to overcome this. However, if you keep stressing on that experience over and over again for weeks and then months, this is where you get into phase 3, which is the exhaustion phase, and your body just completely shuts down and gives up. Your blood flow goes to your vital organs such as your brain, your heart, and your lungs, and things of that sort, and then it goes away from your digestive system. So you have a low appetite, you're not eating well, and it goes away from your immune system, your higher chance of getting infection. This is where it starts leading to organ failure and things of that sort. So, as you can see, first initial phase, alarm phase, good thing, it's normal. You respond to a stressor and you have the stress response, which is normal. However, if you continue dwelling on it, you have phase 2, resistance, and then exhaustion. That's when your body completely gives up. This is where intervention is actually required for stress, because stress is a silent killer. Think about it. If you stress over a situation over and over again, you might feel like crap the next day and you might think that's just normal. We're just going about it. However, let's say that time comes where you end up having that heart attack or stroke, or you end up developing diabetes because of your cortisol level being high all the time. That's when you actually might not even realize that stress caused this, but stress was the #1 reason this happened. So it's better to manage it and prevent those issues from arising in the future. So how do we actually manage our stress? And let's go over 10 techniques that I use and a lot of my friends and family use to actually manage their stress as well. So the very first way to manage your stress is deep breathing. So take some slow, deep breaths inside, hold them for a couple seconds, and then exhale. Andrew Huberman talks about this. Jim Quick talks about this in his book Limitless as well. And what this does is it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So it lowers your heart rate, kind of gets you in the rest digest relaxation mode, and you're just kind of relaxed from that. Number 2 is my favorite, mindful meditation. So meditation, what it allows you to do is focus on the present without dwelling on the future or even the past. And it just allows you to be present. So this is great for your emotional regulation. It's great for your stress response because you're not in that stress response anymore when you're in present and just focusing on your breath and things of that sort. And eventually this reduces your cortisol level as well. There's ample amount of research on this, and I keep advocating for meditation all the time. Number 3 is one of my favorites as well, exercise or any form of physical activity. So exercise, either going for that weightlifting session, going for even hot yoga, or just stretching at home, all those things promote relaxation and they release endorphins, which are basically your natural stress relievers. And don't forget this as well, exercise improves your mood and reduces your anxiety. Number 4, some form of relaxation for each muscle fiber in your body. And what I like to do here is actually yoga nidra, where I think about each big muscle group in my body and relax that through my mind. And with that, it literally relaxes and it promotes relaxation, sleep. It induces sleep as well. So Andrew Hebron's a big advocate of this. There's plenty of yoga nidra sessions you can get online on YouTube as well. I like to do the 10-minute session just because it's long enough for it to induce relaxation in me, but not too long where I just quit. So 10 minutes for me works. Number 5 is healthy diet and also staying hydrated. So what this means is reduce your coffee intake I drink about 1 coffee a day, just because if you're drinking a lot of coffee, it's just gonna keep you jittery. If you take a coffee too late in the day, it won't induce sleep later and it'll prevent you from sleeping, which will increase stress as well. And also I think hydration is very important, so drinking lots of water. Have you ever been dehydrated? Whenever I'm dehydrated, I feel irritable, I feel like something's wrong. My saliva, like I don't have enough saliva, my lips are all chapped. I think it's very important to just stay hydrated as well. When I drink that first glass of water, I do feel better. So make sure that you're hydrated. I usually carry around my hydro flask everywhere I go. Even when I went to my India trip just now, I had my hydro flask in my backpack. Number 6 is time management and prioritization. You can't do everything. Make a to-do list and check it off once you progress through it. Make sure it's not too hard as well and not vague as well. Make it very specific. Whatever you feel like is hard for you to do and you should do, such as that 10-minute meditation session, make sure you write it down in there, and maybe even the reason behind you're doing it. That usually helps me. And don't forget the check mark afterwards or just writing done, because small wins help you keep on going. I think it's a little dopamine hit and it'll continue these good habits for you. So remember, prioritization, to-do list, it reduces stress just because you can see what's ahead. And make sure it's not too overwhelming though, make it simple. Number 7, social support and communication. So make sure whenever you're stressed, you do have someone that you can talk to about it. It could be even a professional such as a therapist. I usually go to my fiance or even my cousins. I call them all the time. So it releases a lot of stress. It gives you another objective opinion. It just helps you throughout the day. Number 8 is journaling and expressive writing. Journaling is great when you're talking about your thoughts and things of that sort, but I think expressive writing here is very important as well. Really talking and digging into your feelings of why you're feeling a certain way, what's causing it, how can you help it, and are you being rational or irrational here, and things of that sort. Just talking about your thoughts and working through them, I think is a game changer for regulating your emotions as well here. There's just something about writing on a piece of paper. It's just so cathartic, and I always feel really relieved after I write certain things down. Let's say, for instance, someone said something mean to me. Right when I write it on a piece of paper, talk about their perspective, my perspective, it's just gone. It's out of my mind. It's out of sight, out of mind. I don't think about it anymore. And I think that's a great way of just getting rid of things that shouldn't hold any room in your mind. I think that's a great way of just getting rid of it. So yeah, use journaling and expressive writing to do that. Number 9, engaging in some form of hobbies or creative work. Whenever I'm engaged in my YouTube channel, I love it. I think it's a place where I can be in the moment, really work on myself through this self-improvement journey, and see how I can help others as well. It's just something that helps me a lot to be in the present and just work on the task that's right there in front of me. And you can do that as well with whatever hobbies you have, or any type of creative hobbies you have as well. I think here basketball is very important for me as well. It's a form of socializing with friends that I play with all the time and with a community I play with all the time. And it really allows me to be in the present as well. I always lose track of time when I play basketball. I'll go for like 30 minutes and next thing you know, I'm there for 3 hours. Don't do that, but yeah, some form of hobbies are amazing as well for stress release. And number 10, adequate sleep and rest. Your growth hormone, your testosterone, everything is reduced with stress. With cortisol being released, all of that stuff is gone. And the way to rejuvenate that is through adequate sleep, which is 7 to 9 hours. And once you get that sleep, that's when all that cortisol that's been in your body slowly gets out as well. Your growth hormones gets released, your body starts resting and digesting. It's very important, get your sleep. It'll help in the whole stress response as well. So I explained stress, when it's good, when it's bad, and how to manage it. And I hope you liked that video. And if you did, please like it. And also share it with other individuals that are struggling with stress throughout their days. I hope to see you in the next video. Let's continue to grow together.